Good morning, team.
Morning.
Morning. Morning, boss.
Another day in paradise. Here's our next big case. I'm attorney Mike Morse.
Marietta, Michael Morse.
Hi, good to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too. You got a tough case. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's not over.
It isn't over.
I want you to get police reports, any accident investigation, I want his employment records, and full background.
Okay.
We've won over $250 million for our clients in the last 3 years.
Below knee amputation, unfortunately.
How do you put a value on a leg, George? What do you think that's worth?
But the jury follows the law. They're going to award me a lot of money.
Eric, I'm assigning this case to you.
I want everything turned upside down as usual, Ken.
Okay.
You know, that's a presumption that you caused the accident. We turned over every leaf that we could, and there's $3 million.
I'm going to assign this one to Jennifer.
Terrific. Thanks. Dig up
Right,
some dirt
right,
on that
right.
son. Find out if he's credible, because I don't think he is.
We had a couple of
What's a couple,
beers.
Marianne? I'm not a police officer. Tell me the truth.
It's not going to look good in front of a jury. We got to get this one settled.
Get KJ involved, like you mentioned.
I'm a licensed private investigator. 2 smoking guns in this one. Listen, I'll be jumping the fence tonight.
We got to do to preserve evidence.
It didn't happen.
Am I
What?
good? Am I
No,
good?
why are you good? That's our client we're
KJ.
talking about. What do we need to do to win this case?
We're going to have to investigate the truck driver. We're going to have to investigate our driver.
What time of day was it? Was it nighttime? Was there brake lights?
Let's see what time she went to the emergency room, what time of night it was, if she had had any alcohol in her system, any drugs.
How much follow-up treatment she had for it.
Exactly. If they've already done an investigation, they're going to start hiding evidence.
Gonna need maintenance records, witness statements.
We have 2 options, guys, on this case. To win or to win.
Look, I'll be the first to say that the price of poker's gone up.
What jury is not going to award millions and millions of dollars? I think this case is worth so much more. I'm not happy your client only had $3 million of coverage. I think they're underinsured. I think you're being disingenuous. I think you're wasting time.
$500,000, $750,000.
Not even close.
Well,
You
Michael-
should be starting in the millions. I was able to get you the full $3 million, every penny of the insurance policy. You guys did a great job. So you guess what? You get to keep your job. I'll see you Monday. And
I guess I'll be here Monday.
His name is Mike Morse. He runs Michigan's largest personal injury law firm. He got there because he takes every injury personal. In this Detroit, it get real around here. It don't matter who you are. If you've been wronged, you're gonna get justice because you're covered by the code, the Morse Code. And Mike is like Detroit. You do not want to get on his bad side. No matter how big you are or what you got in the bank, you will live by the Morse Code. This is how it works.
good morning, team.
Morning, boss.
Another day in paradise. Here's our next big case. Marietta Mitchell was at her friend's house, Miss Sparks, and while she was asleep, a dog nibbled on her ear and nearly took it off.
My God.
That looks...
Yeah, damages are pretty clear in this one. These are not pretty pictures. Left ear was chewed off. She was rushed to the emergency room, and this is the culprit, Shaba the Shih Tzu, I shit you not.
It's the dog.
That's the dog. What do we need to prove here?
Well, isn't this a strict liability state?
Yeah, Jordan, it is. So in order to hold the owner of the dog responsible, we have to prove that Marietta was lawfully on the premises, she didn't provoke the dog, and that she suffered damages. I think we see the damages.
Right.
Do we even know that Miss Sparks is the true owner?
No, we're going to have to call KJ and have him figure that out. Maybe go to animal control, see if he can talk to some witnesses and figure out if Miss Sparks is the owner.
I think we need to figure out why she didn't wake up while the dog, a small dog, was chewing on her ear.
Exactly.
That's a good point. I'd like to see what's in her system during this time.
Right. We'll see what time she went to the emergency room, what time of night it was, if she had had any alcohol in her system, any drugs.
How much follow-up treatment she had for it.
Exactly.
Who was on the premises when this happened? Who called
Right.
who called EMS?
Right.
Right.
Was there homeowner's insurance on the house?
That's important.
That's very important. I want to know that right away.
Well,
All right, guys, I'm going to assign this one to Jennifer. You're going to run lead on this case. Get KJ involved, like you mentioned. Meet with the client, and let's find this lady some justice.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks.
So Marietta, I've taken a look at your case, and I hear that you have an injury to your ear. Let me see it.
Yeah.
When did this happen? How many nights ago?
About 2 nights ago.
Okay. And whose house were you at?
I was at my girlfriend's house.
And what's her name?
Barbara.
Had you been to Barbara's house before?
Yes, my girlfriend.
Now, Barbara had a dog.
Yes.
What kind of dog was it?
It was a little like...
Hi guys, excuse me for
Michael.
interrupting. Marietta, Michael Morse.
Hi, good to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too. I'm so sorry about your ear.
Thank you.
I heard all about it. It's
Yeah.
horrible. I signed you one of my top-notch attorneys here, Jennifer.
Okay, and she's
gonna
gorgeous.
She's gonna take good care of you. I promise you.
Good,
If you ever need anything, you call me.
Okay, I
All
will.
right?
I will.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
So my understanding is you fell asleep, and what do you remember next?
I woke up and my ear was gone.
Were you drinking that night?
We had a couple of
What's a
beers.
couple, Marianne? I'm not a police officer. Tell me the truth.
Like 2, 3.
Did you take any prescription medications?
No.
Did you take any illegal drugs?
No.
Have you ever had a problem with drugs and alcohol?
No.
Have you ever been treated for drug or alcohol abuse?
No.
Okay, because it's just going to be, it seems a little odd to me that you didn't feel the dog chewing on your ear, but you said you're a real deep sleeper.
Yeah, I'm a deep sleeper, especially if I drink 1 or 2 cocktails.
Okay.
Yeah.
No prescription medications?
No.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, KJ.
How are you?
What'd you find?
Okay, let's go over a couple of things here. We have not found yet the owner of the dog. And I did leave a message with animal control, waiting to hear back from them.
Great.
Did you find out anything interesting?
Yeah, I've been doing some digging, and I think the best thing for you to do, let me get out on the streets, canvass the neighborhood, see what you can find.
Okay, listen, I'm on it.
Okay.
We're trying to find the owner of the dog. Unfortunately, where the dog wasn't his own.
I think it might be that house right there.
Over there?
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Thanks, ladies. Okay.
KJ's initial investigation revealed that the owner of the house where the dog bite occurred was not the dog's rightful owner, and she didn't have the homeowner's insurance to go after the damages. However, KJ believes he's found valuable information that may help the case.
Hey guys.
Oh, hey, KJ.
Glad I caught you guys.
How are you?
So listen, the
What do you
Marietta
got?
Mitchell case.
Let's hear it.
I did some investigating. I was beating the streets all last night. Talked to her son. This is good. Listen to this.
You're making me nervous, KJ.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'm KJ. I'm investigator with Attorney Mike Morse's office. Listen, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Just got a couple of questions for you. Tell me a little bit about your mom.
I mean, you know, she's a good person when she's not messed up, you know.
Messed up? What do you mean?
I mean, you know, drinking. I mean, there's drugs too.
Really? What kind of drugs she use?
You name it, man. I mean, painkillers, you know, cocaine, you know, anything she can get her hands on, really.
Okay. So she's drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I
What?
good? Am I
No,
good?
why are you good? That's our client we're
KJ.
talking about.
Listen.
Killing us.
Listen. That's the reason why Mom didn't realize that her ear was being torn off, okay? Also, there's something else.
There's more?
There's more. 2 smoking guns in this one. Check this video out.
Got a call that a 47-year-old woman was overdosing on drugs. When they got there, they found that part of her ear had been chewed off, possibly by a dog. Fox News' Ronnie Dahl is live right now in Pontiac, where that woman is recovering tonight. Ronnie.
This past Saturday, Barbara says her neighbor Marietta Mitchell came to her apartment. She was high and passed out. When Mitchell's father couldn't get her up, she let her stay.
She was like, and she went to sleep.
For now, we're live in Pontiac. Ronnie Dahl, Fox 2 News.
All right, Ronnie Dahl reporting live. Thank you.
You're kidding me? This was on TV? Unbelievable, KJ. All right. Well, I don't think this means the case is over.
No, it's strict liability. I mean, the owner is still strictly liable if the dog attacks anyone, whether passed out or sober, or there's still a case there. It's not going to look good in front of a jury. We got to get this one settled.
Well, I think we need some more from you.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So the son, I don't know if there's any beef between the son and the mom. It didn't sound like I believe this guy.
There's a little resentment going on.
Yeah, well, luckily that's not a defense. That's not a defense in our state. That just because she's addicted to drugs doesn't mean dogs can bite her.
Go dig up some dirt on that son. Find out if he's got a criminal past. Find out if he's credible, because I don't think he is.
You need to talk to the
We
client
need to have
some
a
more.
long talk with the client.
I mean, I'm concerned. I want to hear what she has to say.
I agree.
And get her medical records and keep going. Go.
All right, well, listen, I'm on it, okay?
Thanks, KJ.
All right, see you in a bit.
Bye. It's not over.
It isn't over.
No. So it's a strict liability state. So we have no trespassing because she's in the home lawfully. She couldn't have provoked the dog if she was sleeping.
It's true.
And there's damages.
Absolutely.
Right? I don't disagree with you that a jury is not going to like this case.
No.
But, you know, we can have some more discussions with the defense attorney and see if we can get some money on this. But this is not great news. Chris, thanks for coming in. I like this case a lot. Miss Mitchell is a really wonderful person, really nice lady. I just met her. Has a really bad injury. She lost her ear because of your client's negligence. Your dog bit my client's ear off. I think this case is worth a lot of money. I'm thinking several $100,000.
Mike, I get it. The problem, though, is the dog was stolen for several weeks, and it was at somebody else's house when this maul happened. And secondly, if anybody's going to be found at fault for this, it's going to be your own client. She's on Vicodin and medication, and she's passed out for over an hour. She's the one that's up at fault for this.
I haven't seen a toxicology report. I haven't seen any evidence that's admissible in court showing that she was drunk or on drugs.
Mike, look, I don't care about what the truth is. I care about what that report says, because the jury's going to trust that document because that thing was thrown out early in the case, and that's going to be the truth.
I don't disagree with you that the jury may have some problems with this case, but I think your client's at major risk if you put this in front of a trial, because technically we win. In Michigan, it's a strict liability state. So if the jury follows the law, they're going to award me a lot of money.
Your client also has to get up on the stand and tell the jury why she was passed out for close to an hour with alcohol and Vicodin in her system. Juries hate that, and they're not going to hold my client responsible for that. Those are the facts, and that's why we are not going to put anything significant on this case.
What you have an offer for my client today?
No, nothing at this time, Michael.
All right, well, I'm going to have to go talk to my client. You have my demand, and we'll meet again.
I do, Mike.
All right, good to see you.
KJ heads right back to the same neighborhood searching for more leads that could help make a stronger case for Marietta Mitchell. After another visit to the animal shelter, the staff informs KJ that the rightful owner of the Shih Tzu saw the Fox News story about the one-eyed dog. The owner reclaimed the dog and also has homeowners insurance. This new information may provide the break that the team needs. Morse goes back to tough negotiations with the defense attorney, knowing full well he may not be able to settle the case, and it might just be left to a jury to decide.
All right, Chris, where are you at on the Mitchell case?
You know, Mike, I know we talked earlier about this, and I know your folks have been doing some investigation, but I've been doing my investigation too. And guess what? Your client is going to look pretty bad in front of a jury. So when we talk about negligence, your own client's negligence is the real cause of this.
Let's think about this. So we know here in our state it's strict liability. All I got to show is that he owned it. He admitted, Chris, you agree with me, he admitted he owned it.
I get it.
So if a jury follows the law, my client should get a verdict.
Technically, you're right, Mike.
Okay.
Technically, you're right.
And I'm not sitting here asking for $1 million for this year. But I do think this year is worth some money, and I'm starting at about $250,000.
Mike, there's no way this case is worth $250,000, not with these set of facts. I've got to go back to my client, and I have to have them put a reasonable amount on this case. I don't mind telling you, I've got 25 grand. I've got a little bit of room to move, but I'm not going to be anywhere near 250. I can tell you that right now.
Well, you call your client, see how high you can get them, and let's see if we can get this thing wrapped up.
All right. We'll do, Mike.
Great. How you doing, Miss Mitchell?
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there.
You doing a little better?
Yeah, a little better.
You know, you had a tough case. Turns out the woman's house you were at, somebody in her family or her stole the dog from another guy who actually ended up owning the dog. Your son testified you were passed out on the couch on Vicodin and drunk, and that's why you didn't wake up. So all of these things made it very difficult. I know you wanted a lot of money for your ear, and quite frankly, if the facts were any different, I could have gotten you a lot of money. But with the facts that we had, with your own son testifying against you, I wasn't able to put you in front of a jury. I really think a jury would have given you nothing. So I had to go to the defense attorney, who was a tough guy, but we were able to prove your case. We were able to prove it enough that he gave us a settlement with your approval of $100,000.
$100,000?
Yes, my team did a great job. Jennifer did a great job for you. She knew what an ear was worth, and she went to bat for you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
I love you. I do.
Well,
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're happy. Thanks for allowing us to represent you.
Thank you. I need a hug.
All right.
I need a hug.
Let's hug it out. A one-eyed dog, a one-eared client, and one hell of a plaintiff's attorney. You did a great job in this case. Take the night off, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, boss.
I look at the police report here, and it says you rear-ended the semi.
Our client's clearly prima facie negligent. Why are we even taking this?
Are we talking $500,000, $750,000?
Not even close. Good morning, team.
Morning.
Here's your prize for showing up. Our new client, Mr. Webb, 53 years old, father of two, excellent guy from what we can tell. He was driving on April 10th, 2012, down the highway. Here's a picture on your pads, and here's a blow-up aerial shot of the scene where he was coming westbound. Under the viaduct is an 18-wheeler stopped in the middle of the roadway. Mr. Webb says he didn't see the truck before it stopped, and he smashed in behind it, and here's a picture of the scene.
Ooh.
Clearly, they're going to point the finger at him, saying that he was at fault.
I mean, our client's clearly prima facie negligent. Why are we even taking this?
It's a good question. 3 other law firms have already turned down this case before he found us. We take the hard cases. We take the cases that other law firms turn down. We're going to win this case. Now, there's a couple more pictures here from the scene. Here's a close-up of the damage. And the last one shows the blood on the wheel, the glass. Here's a picture of his leg injury. There's some initial bruising. We don't know how bad it is yet. However, he is complaining about a lot of pain, and I think he deserves our utmost and full attention. What do we need to do to win this case?
We're going to have to investigate the truck driver. We're going to have to investigate our driver.
Do we know if any blood alcohol test was done on either our guy or the driver of the truck?
We don't know at this point.
We got to figure that out.
What time of day was it? Was it nighttime? Was there brake lights?
Middle of the day, sunny out.
I see the bend in the roadway. We've got to figure out if that played a factor in him not being able to see the truck. I mean, maybe an expert about sight lines, if he could see it, and why Webb didn't see this.
That'll be good.
We need to get ahead of that trucking company, because if they've already done an investigation, they're going to start hiding evidence.
Gonna need maintenance records, witness statements.
It's a good point. Eric, I'm assigning this case to you. Meet with the client, meet with our investigator. Now let's get to it.
Well, David, it's very nice to meet you. Michael and I went over your case personally, and he assigned it to me. So we're going to be together throughout all of this.
Well, what do you think we can do here? I mean, I've been told 3 times now that I don't have.
Excuse me, Mr. Webb, Michael Morse. You got a tough case. I'm not going to lie to you, but we are going to do everything we can to get you compensated for these horrible injuries. I promise you that.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Like Michael said, it's a tough road. I look at the police report here, and it says you rear-ended the semi. And, you know, that's a presumption that you caused the accident.
Eric, like I said, I mean, I'm on the road and I come around the corner and out of the blue, a semi. Middle of the road, I mean, there was nothing I can do.
Well, it doesn't make sense, and we're going to make sense of it. We've got to dig into it and find out, and I'm going to assign my best investigator to look into this.
Good morning, KJ. How are you?
Okay,
How you doing? Nice to see you.
I'm doing real good.
All right, what'd you learn about the Webb case?
I think we got a good case here. I found a witness. The witness indicated that she took that route maybe a few minutes before the accident. She saw the truck stopped on the roadway.
Right.
She realized that there were no lights. I did get a statement from her. She didn't indicate that there were any cones. She didn't indicate that there were flares or anything like that. So I need to get pictures of this truck.
You definitely need the pictures
Yeah.
of the truck. We need to
Right.
find out that
I'm
driver.
gonna have to jump a fence to do it though.
Whatever you got to do to preserve evidence, Kay.
That's why you're the man. We need you
Okay.
getting this evidence.
Now, I actually drove that route. I did it at 12:30. This is the time of the accident. And I did realize there was a shadow.
Where's the shadow?
The shadow's on the back end of the truck, which would have been a blind spot, sort of, for our client.
So the truck's in the dark almost with no lights.
The truck's in the dark, essentially in the dark. At the posted speed, there's no way our client would have been able to see that truck sitting there.
Wow, that's good information. We also
Right.
need to find, I want you to get police reports, any accident investigation.
Okay.
I want the truck driver's driving record.
Okay.
I want his employment records.
Right.
I want anything you can get on him, full background search.
Okay, I'm on it.
What do you think about a background check on our own client?
Absolutely. I want everything
Okay.
turned upside down as usual, Ken.
Okay, hey, listen, you know I'm gonna do it.
Okay, get back to us as soon as
Sounds
you can.
good.
Thanks
All
for all
right.
your help.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, take
All
care.
right.
Bye bye. Sounds like some good information.
Yeah, no, I like the shadow aspect. I think that's going to be a great angle. That, and we have a witness saying there was no lights.
And there's a bend in the roadway. We put all that together, and that kind of makes sense why he didn't see the truck.
That takes us out of the prima facie negligence argument, give us a rebuttable presumption that maybe our client wasn't at fault.
Well, and you know, if Webb's injuries continue to get worse, you know, anything could happen.
All right, keep me posted.
Okay, I will.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Eric. Hey, what's going on, KJ?
It's all good, man. How you feel?
I feel good as usual. I feel
All right.
good.
Got a minute?
I do. I hope it's on web.
The web case.
All right, let me know what's going on, because we've got to figure out together why in the world that truck was stopped in the middle of the road.
Apparently, it malfunctioned. There's some sort of malfunction.
All right, guys, tell me what you learned about Webb.
Well, I talked to KJ, as you know, this morning. He told me I think the best part of this case so far that we found was that the glad hand was disconnected from the tractor to the trailer.
What's a glad hand?
Well, the glad hand connects the tractor to the trailer, and what it does is it works in the air braking system for the trailer.
Right.
So once that glad hand became disconnected, there was no more air going into the brakes of the trailer, and therefore the brakes squeezed and tightened, and that's why the brake lights weren't on, because the vehicle came to a stop without depressing the brakes.
Well, how does that happen?
Well, it happens because the driver inappropriately or negligently didn't connect the glad hand properly. That's the first part about it, is compounding negligence, is by not connecting that, the air pressure gauge goes down inside of the cab. He should have witnessed that. He should have heard when it gets down to a certain PSI, an alarm goes off and a red light comes on the dash. He had all these warnings. Webb and the other public didn't have any warning at all.
That's a great expert report. What about, I want to talk about the shadow in the roadway there. What did our visual acuity expert say? I'm dying to hear that one.
Well, he said with the actual shadow in the roadway and the bend in the roadway and no lighting on the back of it, a normal, ordinary driver would assume that it's traveling in front of you and it's actually at a dead stop.
How's the negotiations been going?
They've been low all along, but I think this is going to be the real game changer, that glad hand.
I also heard some bad news for our client. Tell me about his current status for his injuries in his leg.
Well, Mr. Webb unfortunately has had to undergo a number of surgeries to try to save his leg. It was broken pretty badly. He developed some infections, and I think I've got a photo here for you, Michael. Below knee amputation, unfortunately, and there's some healing issues, and he's having a lot of problem with the prosthetics, so this is going to be a lifelong injury.
How do you put a value on a leg? Jordan, what do you think that's worth?
It's worth millions if it's my leg.
I don't think there's enough money in the world to compensate Mr. Webb, but unfortunately, this trucking company had $3 million, and that's it.
Did you confirm the insurance coverage was maxed at that?
We discovered everything possible. We turned over every leaf that we could, and there's $3 million.
Well, we're going to have to convince the defense attorney. I want you to get him in here for me right away. I want to try to button this down. I smell a big settlement for Mr. Webb on this case, and if not, we'll take it to trial. So get him in here right away. Thanks for coming back, Chris. Tell me where we're at on the Webb case.
Look, Mike, I got all the discovery from your team, and they've been great. And look, I'll be the first to say that the price of poker's gone up. You've done a very good job on throwing some negligence on our client, but your client still has psychotropic drugs in his system at the time of the accident. He's bipolar and schizophrenic, and he also rear-ended a big truck. My experts are going to contradict your experts.
What jury is not going to award millions and millions of dollars? Your client clearly was at fault, didn't attach the glad hand, could have pulled the truck off to the side of the road, didn't put flares or cones or anything out there. We have experts saying that my client couldn't have seen the truck where it was. There's a big shadow.
Mike, I don't disagree with you. It's a catastrophic injury, and I understand that. But remember, my client only has $3 million worth of coverage. All right, so whether it's worth 10 or $100 million, it doesn't matter.
So where are you at today?
Look, what's it going to take? Are we talking $500,000, $750,000?
Not even close.
Well,
You should be starting in the millions.
Well, Michael, you're not leaving me a whole lot of breathing room here. All right, what do you want me to do? Do you want 3? Are you going to take something off the 3? How about if I give you 2.8, 2.7, 2.5?
You know what? I think this case is worth so much more. I'm not happy your client only had $3 million of coverage. I think they're underinsured. I think you're being disingenuous. I think you're wasting time.
The most that I can get is going to be $3 million on this.
Well, you're going to offer me the $3 million so I could take it to my client who's here?
All right, Mike, let me check with my client. I'll see what they want to do.
Mr. Webb, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I have my good days, my bad days. It's up and down, but just trying to cope through it.
Well, I'm happy to report that your case is coming to an end today. This is a hard case. We had some major hurdles to come over at the beginning. You rear-ended a truck in broad daylight. You had drugs in your system. You were already on disability at the time of the crash. But my team did an amazing job of uncovering some great facts, some smoking gun evidence that was able to push the insurance company and the defendant to settle. So I know you said you would take $2.5 million to settle your case, but I wasn't able to get that. I was able to get you the full $3 million, every penny of the insurance policy.
You know, 3 law firms turned me down before I came to you.
That's what we do, sir. We take the cases others turn down. We take hard cases, and I'm thrilled with the result. I wish there would have been more money for you. I wish you the best of luck with your ongoing treatment and your leg. And if there's anything you need, you call me.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Good luck to you, sir. Hey, Eric. Good news. I just gave Mr. Webb his check. We settled the case today.
What's the final number?
$3 million.
Fantastic. That's awesome.
Could not have done it without you. You guys did a great job. So
Hey.
you guess what? You get to keep your job. I'll see you Monday. And
I guess I'll be here Monday.